all, because it also depends on his move, how goofy he wants to be, if he wants to go for main lines, but even then it could be e4, d4, c4, so I think it's hard to prepare. Too much, Jorden will just stick to his stuff and see what happens.
Yeah, and in Magnus's case there is no problem with this. Yeah, usually the nightmare scenario is that you have only one opening, yeah, and this opening you go very deep, and exactly with your second you have been going very deep into this line, and then you feel like you don't want to play this, of course, and you have to switch to something else, but in Magnus's case, I mean, any move he feels at home, so this isn't an issue at all.
Yeah, anything could happen. I can't predict the first move. What do you think is most likely? e4, d4, c4, some random move?
Well, I mean, okay, he has played too much b3. I don't think that he wants to repeat b3 now. I mean, the others
were really dubious, but over the last couple of years, they've improved so much, and now there's usually some depth, even if it's some slightly shady looking stuff. So I think he's good in the openings, which is also why Magnus hired him on his team.
That's right. He's like a winner already.
I feel like going home already. c4 play, Peter Leko gets it right once again. e6 and g3, so maybe still some Catalan with a twist, depending on the move order. Obviously, we both know d4 was featured quite heavily in the match. Was it this move order? I think so. And yeah, interesting to see if Jorden takes it there or if he says, no, let's do something else.
Yeah, it's a tough question, yeah, because of course Black can play the most classical way with knight f6, and here we go, d4, d3.
Goes d4, he's saying, I don't care. If we worked on this together, you chose c4, g3, bishop g2. Not my problem. d3. Okay, doesn't mean anything yet. Normally I start with knight f3. I guess knight c6 is still the normal move. Maybe d3 you could get some thoughts about giving a check. But I guess Jorden will just go knight c6 or e5 first and then have a look around.
Yeah, then all kinds of move order things. Yeah, knight c6 is very logical because Black has not placed his pawn yet on c5. On the other hand, one could argue that, okay, why don't you put it there? However, there are these tricks, yeah, with e4 move orders and whatsoever, yeah, that's also one of the reasons why people try to trick with move orders here.
And he does go c5. He goes for a different way. And usually now we get a sort of reverse Benoni after e3, knight c6, if Carlsen plays quote-unquote normally e.g. cd, knight f3, short castles, where Black has spent a tempo on e6, but still, computers normally like these positions for Black, so we'll see where the game goes. I can also imagine Magnus doing something slightly offbeat, like, I don't know, putting the knight on e2 to Pile of Spirit, something like that, we'll see.
But Henkman actually, knowing Magnus, he might, by not putting his knight on f3 yet, if Jorden would have played knight c6, maybe Magnus would have taken bishop c6.
Yeah, he likes this, like Scandinavian school of chess, no? Like Bent Larsen. Take, go e4 and play this very
okay, but I mean, maybe in this online events, I saw that some people play for fun, but those who play for fun, they don't really use their main openings, yeah? What is the count? White is up. White, yeah, 2 pawns, yeah, but black has...
Doesn't feel like 2 pawns, it feels equal.
Exactly, yeah, black is so active and white is tied down with rook d2, queen d1, nothing moves. We also see the evaluation by saying that it's kind of equal 0-0s.
Charles bring the king. I guess black is just waiting.
Yeah, can just sit and wait. Also knowing that Shakriya much more enjoys playing with initiative, yeah, he isn't happy here.
Maybe he's seen enough and is going for a draw. Also down on the clock. The king was just there. Sarah doesn't seem to mind, but no, he continues.
Yeah, okay, a5 still played, but he can't really move anyway, so maybe black just plays a move like g7, waits. And please show me your next move, sir.
There we are.
Alright, okay, so black has enough compensation. What else do we have? Yeah, Magnus is converting, he has pushed d5, h6, I mean it's basically the moment when you expect the game to finish.
Still no checks, you need to work a lot to give 1 check on h5. And even that, it's just 1 check after king g1.
Exactly, yeah. Then you need another 5 moves to give another check, but...
Yeah.